And when you see that the majority of the people in these boats are children, babies, and women who have been...
No, they're not.
No, you have got to take... No, look, I get this is...
North of 90% of them are adult men.
Let me be... No.
Where are the women and children? Where are... Oh, there's a nice big spliff. That's nice. Where do you get your drugs from? Yeah, because it's really bad optics. NGO lady doesn't want you there because it's really bad optics. It's not good optics. Yeah, cool. So where are the women and children, guys? Where are the women and children? They're not going to tell me. The NGOs, they're lying. They're colluding with the Albanian terrorists. Let's start calling it what it is. This is domestic terrorism facilitated by the French and the British government. Let's start calling it what it is. Where are the women and children? Are these people vetted migrants? Are they documented migrants? They're not.
What do you care?
I care very much when women and children are raped and murdered in Britain. Now, how do you feel about having these people in France?
I don't have anything to tell you.
How do you feel, as a woman, how do you feel about having undocumented migrants in your country?
We will not reply to you.
Why not,
so
though?
I think it's better if you can leave.
Why not? Can you tell me why, guys? Can you tell me why? Are you okay with having illegal migrants in your communities in France? To take a picture of your face, and then we send it to the government. You're not. These people aren't welcome in Britain. They're not welcome in Britain. Now, I think you guys work for an NGO, and I think that you support these people. I think you make sure they get food. I think you make sure that they get to where they've got to go to in terms of a boat. I think you work with the traffickers, the Albanian traffickers. And I think that this is morally wrong.
What time is the show over?
The show is 24/7 because Britain is filled with illegal migrants. We're talking 5, maybe 10 million. These are undocumented, unvetted migrants. Have you ever been through border control? Have you ever gotten on a plane? Have you ever had to show your passport? The NGOs work with the traffickers. I have a question. Where are the women and children? Where are the women and children? In Britain, we are told you're refugees. You do not look like you're refugees. You look like you're economic migrants arriving in Britain at the hands of traffickers and at the hands of communist helpers.
This is you are not from here. This is Dublin. You're from Afghanistan as well, eh? From Afghanistan, here. Shame on you. Go and fight for your country. Don't run from it. Fight for your country. Shame. Look at this. Where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? Nice earphone, escaping war, yeah? Plenty of luggage. Where are you from? Where are you from? India, Pakistan? There's no war in Pakistan. Why you come to Ireland and seek asylum if there's no war in Pakistan? There's no war in Pakistan. Why aren't you in Pakistan? You're here claiming asylum. You're from Pakistan. There's no war there. Why you come to Ireland? No, no. More men, all men, no women. Where's the women? Women and children, where are they? Where's all the women and children? You run from your country. You can't fight for your own country. You have to run to Ireland. You just have to run. You call yourself a man. You just run from your country to come to Ireland. Cowards is there. You're cowards. Run, fight for your country. Fight for your country. Cowards is what you are. Girls, women you are. Shocking what's going on. Flooding on contract. And the guy from Monaghan GAA is behind all this. Putting them all into all sorts of houses. These are just landing here, and people come down here by Crow Park, young girls and young women, watching football matches, and they have all these men in here. Disgrace what's going on. Fucking shocking. There's more buses coming down, folks, that said they're putting them all along Drumcondra and B&B's. I can't be here all day, but this is exactly what's going on. Is that cowards is there? Can't fight with your country. You run to Ireland, to Dublin. Fight for your country. You're the cowards you are. Coward. Where's your women and children? Where's your family? You run and leave them. Said, and there's more over that building over there as well. People need to get down here because there's more bus loads coming in now. Absolutely outrageous what's going on around here. Set this down to Conja, folks, facing the skyline, but they're bringing them all in again. And Banty, his name is actually, he's from Monaghan GAA. He owns that house. He's after putting in to buy this house here, or he owns it already, sorry, with the camera on it. And he's after buying this house here also as well with the camera on it. You can see people is already inside. So he's after buying them houses there. The building over there and the building there. And he's buying more along this stretch to make money from it. And there's more than this building over here as well. More people, and sorry, there's more people in this B&B over here also as well. Fucking flooded the place in Drumcondra. Flooded.
That is the proof there on your screen, the confirmation of these vessels all coming in, unloading migrant after migrant. Now, of course, taken first of all to the processing centre at Dover Harbour, and then on to the holding and processing centre at Manston in Kent, where they're supposed to be held for 1-2 days maximum. But of course, they've got to find them places in the likes of hotel accommodation or off into local authority accommodation somewhere around the country.
We are being gamed so badly in this country that the money will run out.
So I want to talk about the situation that we've just faced with 1,000 migrants who have suddenly crossed the channel, and when they cross, what does it mean? Are they allowed to... what do we have to provide for them legally? And how long would it be until one of them would be able to claim benefits? And what's the criteria?
OK, so there are two things. Immediately that they claim asylum, our membership of the UN Convention on Refugees and international law says that we must provide health, housing, a form of income for them to be able to stay, education where necessary, and advice for legal opportunities for them to claim asylum. And so that is why when you're claiming, we get all of these people being placed in hotels, and we get them being allowed to have debt-free dentist care, access to health and hospitals and education, and the legal fees that go with it. And I've just run through the numbers. I'm just looking at my spreadsheet that does the numbers with Mark's figures. That means that we're heading towards 55,000 to arrive this year. That will just in this year alone, for 1 year only for these people, £3 billion that we will spend upon them. So there's no wonder we got these enormous costs. And remember, only a month or so ago, the National Audit Office said it's costing us $4 billion a year in housing as well. I want to add those figures. That's nearly $7 billion a year on illegal migrants. Now, dealing with your other point is once they claim asylum and they're granted indefinite leave, the Home Office washes their hands of it, says it's not our issue anymore. It's over you, the councils, and it's over you to the Department of Health and Social Security. And that is why you're getting £1 billion a month being spent on those people who've now been granted asylum. That's a huge number, 12 billion a year. So when I made estimates that asylum and illegal migration is costing us around 24 billion pounds a year, we're getting close to those figures because it's 12 billion in terms of benefits, and it's nearly 8 billion in terms of the cost of them coming over in hotels.
See, and the thing is, these people haven't contributed mostly a penny into society of this country at all.
On immigration, I prefer to keep it simple with the 2 Ds: detain, deport. This is how to properly govern. Watching Trump and the Americans, it has made me even more determined than ever to restore our unique country through a great repeal act when Labour falls at the next election, as surely it will. I don't particularly care if we're liked by the rest of the world. I care if we're respected. I care if we're respected, because right now, Britain is a joke, and it has been for some time. Take this, for example. £10 million was set aside for local inquiries into the rape gangs by the Labour government. just £10 million. This year alone, we sent £133 million to Pakistan in foreign aid. My view, scrap every single penny. Or at the very least, use it as a weapon to force the Pakistani government to accept their deported rapists and criminals. I want the British government to put the British people at the top of the agenda. We should make no apologies for that. Learn from Trump. Let's be unapologetically patriotic. Slash tax across the board. Enforce the border. Deport those with no right to be here. Accept biological reality. Fight back against wokery. Bulldoze nonsensical foreign aid. Eradicate DEI. Deliver sensible infrastructure. Carpet bomb public sector waste. Brutally crack down on crime. And plenty more. I love Britain. I really do. We've got the best people in the world. We need a government that will put us first, protect our interests, and get the hell out of our way. We must all work together to ensure that Britain's relentless decline under numerous inept and pathetic governments comes to an end at the next general election. Then the Great Repeal Act can be followed by overdue national restoration. Let's make Great Britain great again. Thank you. Thank you.